Hey y'all, it's me, ya boy. My name's Bree in case you didn't know, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get this lovely brown smoky eye at the request of my lovely little Giulia. Thank you, Julia, for this idea, because I literally had no idea what to film, but I've always wanted to film, so I hope you guys are excited to join me on this little YouTube journey. I'm really pumped. I can't wait to dive more into this and figure out how to edit, because that's gonna take me a long time. I'm really terrible with technology and whatnot, but I'm really excited, so let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, that's a James Charles things, I can't steal that. I hope no one's coming here to get tips on skincare, because I'm obviously not so great at it, but what I usually start out with is my Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and I just kind of rub that all over my face. It's really not that exciting. Just get a little dollop on my finger and it's kind of everywhere. And this does a really good job of keeping my skin really matte, and it fills in pores a little bit too, so I really like it. And it was like $6 or something ridiculous, so love that. Okay, so next I really like the Maybelline Matte Poreless. I'm in shade 120 Classic Ivory. It's a little dark for me, so please don't judge me. But yeah, so I just pour that out on the back of my hand. And my tip for getting super good coverage is to take a little silicone sponge and put that on first. And just kind of layer it on really thick. And obviously really terrible skin, so this works, trust me. So after I'm done with that, and I look kind of like a yellow zombie, I take my beauty blender and I just kind of blend it all in. And this gets away all the excess and makes it look like actual skin instead of you're absolutely insane. Oh, blend, blend, blend. Oh my god. Here. So obviously you can't get rid of all this, but I tried. So, and then next I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in shade Light, and I use this mostly just for highlighting because it is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but I also use it for a little bit of extra coverage on those places where I need it, which is pretty much everywhere. I blend that in again with my lovely damp beauty blender. Okay, and then to prevent any creasing and to make sure I don't really get oily throughout the day, I use this Maybelline Fit Me powder in shade 15 Light. I've been using this just recently, so I don't really know if I like it or not yet, but so far it seems pretty good. Definitely doesn't have any flashback, so that's nice if you're doing flash photography, because it's not like a white powder. But what I do, and I am by no means a professional, is I just put a lot in the lid right here, and then I just kind of pack it on the brush and then pack it on my face to bake. And this really keeps me matte for a lot longer, which I like because I have super oily skin. It's a great time. I'm sure you guys can relate. So I like to bake all over my face. And usually baking is used for highlighting purposes, but it also works to keep you super matte, so it's really nice. And then I also like to take it down my neck just for a little bit of added coverage and setting and whatnot, just kind of blending. Now that I look like an actual monster with no eyebrows or eyelashes. I'm going to start on my eyes. So Little Giulia requested a smoky eye, so that's what we're gonna go for today. So we're gonna start out by priming our eyes with the same Tarte Shape Tape that we used earlier. So just put like a little dollop on there, look a little crazy for a second, then blend it in with your finger. Looking great, looking insane, love that. Alright. Okay, and then for eyes today, I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette, and don't judge me, it's really dirty and really well loved, so it looks a little crazy, but it's okay. My sister can hear me, I hate it. Okay. Now I'm also pretty ratchet, so I don't have that many brushes, so I'm just gonna use like this brush and like maybe one other brush. Love being poor. So I'm gonna start out by taking a mix. I'm gonna start out by taking this shade right here in the top left corner, tap off the excess, and just set the concealer. And on the other eye. Very exciting. Now I know like a lot of beauty YouTubers like to do one eye at a time. I do not do that, so yay me. Okay, so my boobs are like way out. Okay, so for transition shade, we're gonna take, sorry I didn't keep like the names or anything, but we're gonna take this guy right here, dip into that, tap off the excess, and just take that like in the crease kind of. It's like basically just in the transition area. Kind of take that all the way in and just blend. And if you tap off the excess, you don't get a whole lot of pigment, so it makes it really easy to like build it up. So I'm just gonna do that again. Make it a little darker. And one more time, just build it up. And this is just gonna help make it easier to blend the colors later on. Next, I'm gonna take this guy right here. It's right below the one we just used, and it's just like more of a warm tone, a little bit darker brown, and I'm just gonna put that in the same place, maybe a little bit lower, to start building up some smokiness. I have no idea what this brush is, so sorry if you were expecting that, but this is Bree's Ratchet Salon, not a professional. Next, I'm gonna take this color right here beneath this like cranberry tone. It's just a neutrally darker brown. We're just kind of building up the browns just to give some depth, and I'm keeping that a little bit more on the outer corner, still in the crease though. We're just not going quite as far in this color. Just a little bit lower than where we put the others. That's smoke. The smoky eye is like all about building up the color. So you don't want to start out with a really, really dark color, because then it makes it really hard for it to like blend out and look nice. So just keep that in mind when you're attempting to do this. So you definitely want to start slow and take your time. Now that we've got a good blended base going on, we're gonna go for our dark color, and we're gonna take this brown here at the bottom. Sorry, not very good at this. It's more of like it's a really dark brown, and it's got a little bit of a warm tone to it, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just take like a darker brown. You're gonna put this on the outer V. So actually bring it all the way down to your lash line this time. Okay, so what I like to do for like the inner part that we haven't really put anything on yet, I tend to put a shimmer there. So for this look, I think we're gonna go with, where's my brush? Okay, so I like to use a flatter brush for this. It's less like fluffy, I guess. And I'm gonna take this brown right here. It's like a nice shimmery, like, I don't really know my colors very well. I don't want to say taupe because it's like not taupe, but you get the point. And to make that a little bit more intense and a little bit less fallouty, I'm gonna spritz it with my Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray. And that just kind of helps to keep it like on your eye and not all over your face, except it's still getting all over my face because I did not spritz it very well apparently. Let's try again. There we go. And then I just put that in the places where I didn't really put any of that darker brown, and just kind of flick it into that other brown to blend it, because I'm not a professional. Now that I did that, I'm going to go back in with that dark brown that we used last, this guy right here, and I'm just going to deepen that back up. So it got a little bit less intense than I wanted. That kind of always tends to happen when I put a shimmer on top of my mattes and stuff. So if I'm like doing something wrong and someone sees this who knows better than me, please let me know. For now, we're gonna move on. We're gonna brush off that bake using the same like fluffier Morphe brush. These are all Morphe brushes from like this travel set like my mom got for me, so I really don't like have the names or anything. They just say Morphe on them, so I don't really know anything other than the brand. But so I'm just gonna brush away that bake and all that fallout that makes me look like I got punched with just little like sweeping motions. This is exactly why I don't do my eyebrows first, because you cannot see them right now. Okay, so next I'm gonna do my eyebrows, and I'm like not very good at them, so please don't judge me. But the first thing that I do is I take a spoolie and I just kind of brush them through to get the extra powder out so that they don't look like they're not there. Yeah, I just like to brush them out, and that also like gets the hairs in place. And I do have a lot of hair, so I'm not like, I don't have to do too much to like fill in my eyebrows or anything, but I don't know. So I'm gonna take my Benefit KABROW gel in shade number 5, and I use the little brush that comes with it because I'm poor and can't afford another brush, but you could use any little eyebrow brush you want. And it's so well loved, obviously. So I just kind of like dip in there, and I like to start with the bottom, and I like line the bottom, and then I kind of line the top and fill it in, and it kind of looks like a brick for a hot second, and then I like brush it through again, and it's like more normal looking. So bear with me, it's a process. Okay, so the next thing I always do is line my waterline, and I've been using this Wet n Wild MegaLast eyeliner literally for years. Like, not this specific one because I run out all the time, but like been using this pencil for such a long time, and I don't really know if I like it that much. Like, it's really pigmented, but it doesn't last that long. So if anyone has like a good waterline eyeliner recommendation, like, I'm all ears. That's cheap because I'm poor and I can't afford anything right now. So I'm gonna do my under eye super quick, and this is what kind of ties the whole thing together, and makes it more like a cohesive look. So let me find a brush, because I'm in this. I wouldn't use this brush, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this Mary Kay angled eye brush, which is really, really old. And I'm gonna take that, okay, I'm gonna take this one. Sorry, I'm really bad at this. This one, and just kind of like smudge it on my lower lash line. And then a little bit closer in, I'm gonna take that darker brown that we used earlier and put that closer to my lash line. So let's go ahead and go for this one first. Okay, and now I'm gonna take that darker brown and just get a little bit closer to the lash line. So like really close. I'm gonna take a lighter color. I think I'm gonna take this color right here and put that on like my inner corner and a little bit on my lower lash line, just to brighten it up a little bit so I don't totally look like I got just completely punched in the face. So now we've had a little bit of fallout again, so I'm just gonna brush that away. And the nice thing about this eyeshadow is that when you get fallout, it doesn't really like smear all over your face. I really like that. Okay. Last step for our eyes, I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is the mini one because I'm too cheap to buy the big one. And yes, I do have lash extensions, but they're kind of all falling out, so I'm just going to still put it on my top lashes. So for a little extra something something. Whatever. Okay, so now that our eyes are all done, I'm going to move on to the face. And I don't really like to contour too much just because I'm pretty lazy. So I like to take my Benefit Hoola bronzer, also in the mini version because that's cheaper. Save yourself some money, girl. And this little like mermaid brush that my little Danya got me. They're so cute and they're really soft and I have no idea what they are, so don't ask. I just kind of swirl that around, tap it off, and then I go like sort of contour with this because I left my contour kit in Flagstaff. So we're just gonna contour a little bit, slash bronze, or like bronzing because it's not really like a contouring color. I just kind of do that in the hollows of my cheeks because I don't have much of a cheekbone. This kind of makes it look like I almost do. And then I also don't have much of a jawline, so I like to contour-ish slash bronze that up too, just because it gives me a little more definition there. And I look a little less stupid and Pillsbury dough-like. But if I were gonna be a celebrity, it would definitely be the Pillsbury Doughboy, let's be real. We have blush, and I have my grand little Catherine got me the Tarte Blush Bazaar, and I'm kind of freaking obsessed with it. So I think today I'm gonna use the shade Angelic. It's like this mauve-y kind of pink. And it's just kind of a pretty neutrally color. I don't want to go too crazy on the blush since I went a little heavier on the eyes. And I'm just gonna use, it's like, it looks like the same brush as this, but it's not. There's kind of like two of them in the kit. I don't really know what you're supposed to use them for, but I use one for powder and one for blush, so. And I'm just gonna put that on the apples of my cheeks and kind of pull it backward a little bit. And then next up we're gonna do highlighter, which is my favorite freaking part in the entire freaking world. And I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Uranus, the collab with Manny MUA. One of my faves. It's well loved. I use this all the time. And I'm gonna take another Morphe brush. It's like kind of like this flat top to it, and it just like picks up product really well. and packed it on, and I like a lot of highlighter, so it's good for me. This light is so weird, I'm so sorry. And I'm just gonna put that on the high points of my face. And I'm gonna layer it because I'm ridiculous and I have to. And I also like to put like a little bit above my eyebrow. I only do one layer of that though. Just a little. Look at that glow. Now that that's done, our last step is, or not last step, I guess second to last step, is lips. And I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Chrysanthemum. And it's like this nice pinky nude with like a gold shimmer to it, and I wear it all the time. It's like my favorite nude. Alright, and our final step, now finally, I'm gonna shake up my Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray and just spritz away. Alrighty, and that is our completed smoky eye. I hope you liked it, and I hope it's easy enough to recreate. I don't think it's super hard, but then I gotta do this a lot, so let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and peace out. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. We're not doing this today. Look like a child.